Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janabala Giridharadhari Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, verse number 48. Yeah. Techa Yasyam Haravagya Ajan Yaja Nayo Nijaha Techa Pramana Adesha Marisa Mupaye Mire Yasya Mahadavagyana Ajanyajanayo Nija Techa Pramana Adeshan Mahamupaye Mire Yasya Mahadavagyana Ajanayo Nijaha Techa Pramana Adeshan Marisa Yasa Maharavakyana Janya Janayo Nijaha. You know the verse 48. Techa Pramana Adeshan Marisa Paye Mire Yasya Mahadavagyana Ajanya Janayo Nijaha. Okay, word for word. Te, all of the Prachetas. Cha, also. Brahmana, of Lord Brahma. Adesat, by the order. Marisam, Marisha. Upaye Mire, married. Yasyam, in whom? To a great personality. Avagyana, on account of disrespect. Ajani, took birth. Ajani Yoni Jaha, son of Lord Brahma. Daksha. Translation. Following the order of Lord Brahma, all the Prachetas accepted the girl as their wife. From the womb of the girl, the son of Lord Brahma, named Daksha, took birth. Daksha had to take birth from the womb of Marisha due to his disobeying and disrespecting Lord Mahadev, Shiva. Consequently, he had to give up his body twice. Purport. In this connection, the word Mahad Avagyana is significant. King Daksha was the son of Lord Brahma. Therefore, in a previous birth, he was a Brahmana. But because of his behaving like a non-Brahmana, a-Brahmana, by insulting or disrespecting Lord Mahadev, he had to take birth within the semen of a Kshatriya. That is to say, he became the son of the. Not only that, but because of his disrespecting Lord Shiva, he had to undergo the tribulation of taking birth from within the womb of a woman. In the Daksha Yagya arena, he was once killed by Lord Shiva's servant, Virabhadra. Because that was not sufficient, he again took birth from the womb of Marisha. At the end of the Daksha Yagna and the disastrous incidents there, Daksha offered his prayers to Lord Shiva. Although he had to give up his body and take birth from the womb of a woman impregnated by the semen of a Kshatriya, he received all opulence by the grace of Lord Shiva. There are the subtle laws of material nature. Unfortunately, people in this modern age do not know how these laws are working. Having no knowledge of the eternity of the spirit soul and its transmigration, the population of the present age is in the greatest ignorance. Because of this, it is said in Bhagavatam 1:110, Mandha samanda matayo mandapagya upadita. The total population in this age of Kali is very bad, lazy, unfortunate, and disturbed by material conditions. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Anmalita Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhistam Stapita Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Pandeham Shri Guru Shita Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sarvajatan Bhagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sujivam Sarvetam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Pushakam Vitam Sha Panchaka Patarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, welcome devotees. Yeah. Jai, so many exalted devotees in attendance today. So I'm very much seeking their blessings to try to say something for my own purification and for the benefit of others. So we're hearing in the verse today how Daksha, how he took birth from the womb of this girl who was taken in by wedded to the Prachetas, and of course, this girl had kind of an interesting life. Now she's married to the Prachetas, or she's with the Prachetas, and then now she's given birth to Daksha, and it's very interesting because this is the same Daksha who we know was the father of Sati and was ultimately killed in this, or disrespected in this Daksha Yagya. He was, generally when someone takes birth, they don't take birth as the same person. So, instructive in terms of the devotees, yeah, it's going to be for various reasons, one of them being the internet. So, yeah, this is very powerful statement, Prabhupada saying that there are subtle laws of nature. And yeah, there are many incidents of this throughout the Bhagavatam. Of course, you hear there's so many things like you hear that when Mother Yasoda was kind of in her child rearing process, one of the things she would do each day to prepare Krishna to go out and play was she would chant protective mantras and for protection for Krishna. So you could see that it was just so that's one incidence of kind of this subtle these subtle, one recognizing these subtle aspects. And I mean, throughout the Bhagavatam, there are so many instances of this. Of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, how they were born. They were born, one reason because Kasyapa and Diti, they decided to copulate at an inauspicious time, right? And therefore, all this happened. So if you try telling someone that nowadays, they'll be like, "What? You're crazy. What do you mean? There's inauspicious time where like Lord Shiva and his, hobgoblins are floating, flying on the top of us." Like I remember one time, pretty close after I joined the movement, I was just walking, and I was just kind of dragging my feet, and this devotee said, "Guru, don't drag your feet. Don't you realize that the ghosts are right there?" Because I guess it was kind of like around sunset time. He was like, "Guru, don't drag your feet. Don't you realize the ghosts are right there, just waiting to have a gateway to come and infiltrate your consciousness?" So I was like, okay. So we hear also we're not supposed to whistle and all these kind of things. So there are these subtle laws of nature, and generally people don't. Especially in the West, they're not really attuned to these things. Of course, Buddha Krishna he grew up in where Kumbh Mela happens, and so all these so many mystics and sadhus, people would come to his hometown, and can I tell this? He said how one time this person came up to his door and knocked on the door and said, "Can I have a donation?" They probably looked like a sadhu and mendicant, and his mom was like, "No." And then this mystic started. I guess they probably know he was a mystic, but he started telling them about like their family lineage and like some past problems that they were there, and and then is that how he did? Yeah,
he said there was some curse in the family, and he revealed the exact person who gave the curse, and even I didn't know that my mom.
Yeah, so he was revealing like, it was like a form of blackmail. He was showing like, you sure you want to refuse me a donation because I'm obviously very powerful. So then obviously the mom gave a donation, and kind of like that was that. And then of course they put Mashingadev on their so yeah, these things are, yeah, these subtle laws of nature are very much there. Unfortunately, yeah, like, as Advaita Krishna, being from India, even like living in the city where one of the you can kind of have some more faith in. But in the West, generally, there's no, of all this. So, and because of this, just, there's just havoc in society. Like people are very much not protected by these things. And we can see, gives me kind of like protected barrier from these. You see in India, people know about like the purity of water, right? So they try to like purify their hands and like that. But yeah, here we have no conception of that, and we can see how much havoc that's created, and even I.
Oh, your mic is muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Maybe that was a good thing. So Prabhupada did say that his mission was to promote Varnashram Dharma. ISKCON just having this can really contribute so much to society. And of course, that's what really the society. So that's why Prabhupada, because people who are conversing so that they can actually teach the government that no, these things are, there are these laws of nature, and you can subject citizens to like very disaster by not acknowledging them. Like that. And yeah. So there are the subtle laws of material nature. Vadim was actually also the other day, he was saying in his astrology, it said that he would have one child, and so apparently he was he wanted more children, so he was a little sad. But what happened? Yeah, he did end up having a wife, and and he wanted more, but then the wife was like, "No, that's it." And apparently, there was a few other that he was considering getting married to, and after some years after getting married, then he kind of like know what those women were doing. And apparently all of them only had girls. So it's like these things are these laws of nature are very much a reality. And that I heard that was very, he said if we it's just pretty much what Prabhupada is saying here, but just a little add-on also, saying that if we recognize that there are consequences, then we can calm down and become good devotees. So, because he's making the point, if we acknowledge these things, if we realize and take these things to heart, then we can calm down and be good devotees. So why it seems like, why are we not why do we have such a hard time acknowledging these things? Because of course we've all read the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, so we know that it's just horrifying actually, some of the things that you hear. Like if you drink alcohol, then you'll have to drink like hot type of hot lava-ish substance, or if you have too much illicit sex, you have to like embrace like a form of a form that's burning hot copper, and it's just ruthless, It's just, what are some of the other ones?
It's like another multiple line like above you, repeating from the bottom and top.
So if you steal, you get 2 boulders in the middle of the 2 boulders.
If you steal, you get 2 boulders coming together and crushing you. If you kill a brahmana, then you're
liars repeatedly thrown off like mountains.
liars are repeatedly thrown off the mountaintops. Ruta, you know some? You have some favorites? So these things are like very scary, completely scary. And of course, this is the laws of nature. So these things are meant to kind of, as far as I know, to intimidate us into getting our act together, right? And even, these things might seem far-fetched, but we can even see in this life, like, how intense how intense and ruthless material nature can be. We might think, this world should be fair, and it is fair. It is fair, but like if people just think, okay, there's just one life, and ideally they want to think that, yeah, I'll just die, and, life is beautiful. There are just ruthless things going on. Recently I saw this thing. It's like four college students were just stabbed to death by some guy. And that you could tell, nice, yeah, good looking, like prosperous, good students. And some guy just comes to their house and just stabs them to death. Or I was reading this lady in Brooklyn. There's this picture. You can just look in her eyes and tell she's off. And apparently, what did she? Yeah, she stabbed her father to death. I think it was her father and little sister. I like these stories. Try to keep track of them. But yeah, I was reading. She and then I think she stabbed her. And then you hear her talk about it. She was sick. If I see the neighbor, I'm then lady doesn't seem like she came from too horrific of a background, but obviously there's okay there. So yeah, it was just intense. Yeah, so even on this planet, there's so many kind of how, just like how Jiva Pandit was saying, you're on this like another like hot kind of planet thing right above you, and you're just in these situations, and there's just no escaping. Just you kind of just have to suffer. So it's like that, yeah. Some people are they just kind of have to endure. So Happy New Year's, everyone. Yeah. So so these are these right. I mean, so going back to the statement, I grew. Saying, yeah, but somehow I don't know. I'm thinking, maybe it's one aspect is how much faith do we actually have in these things, right? So I remember one time our Sankirtan leader was telling us, he was talking about sense gratification, like knowing that sense gratification is going to lead to misery. And so when we don't know, like, yeah, we do know. No, you don't know. Yeah, we do know. And he said, no, if you really knew, you wouldn't do it. So it was interesting, like, if you really knew these things, if you really knew that sensation led to misery, then you wouldn't do it. That's the point he was making. And it seems like we either want to ignore, like, okay, if I, if I eat another piece of cake right now, I know I'll suffer, but it's like, I don't want to think about it, right? I don't know what, it's like, yeah, okay. Because probably if you really analyze, like, okay, cavities, root canal, that's not pleasant. Gaining weight, having a sugar high and not being able to concentrate on what I have to do. Diabetes, take insulin shot. Really probably actually meditate on these things deeply before you take, and probably you want to do it. We're just like piece of whatever. I don't want to think about all these. So yeah, it seems like there's also that there's those aspects, like how much faith do we have that certain material indulgences will lead to misery, and and even if we might have faith, sometimes we don't want to kind of acknowledge these things. We kind of want to just like ignore them. So what are some potential remedies for these? Well, faith, faith, we hear that by association with those devotees who have faith, then we can also gain faith. So there's another law of material nature, second law of nature in our class here, is that there's no neutral association. So whatever you associate with, whoever you associate with, taking on your association or you're leaving your association. There's no there's no like neutral association. I mean, I guess of course you don't look at the person, you like are you very good at ignoring them? That's one thing. So we should be very much eager to associate with those that actually have faith, because when you associate with someone with that faith, then it naturally just rubs off on you. That's a law of nature that we can use in our advantage. So we should be very eager to get that association, get in that association. I remember I was a little discouraged trying to do this, feeling a little like overwhelmed. And then he just comes in and starts talking about just how it's just like we have one life to Krishna, one life. And he was saying how what chance do we have to like perfect ourselves on our own? We have to get the mercy of the pure devotees. And you can see, obviously we can all, when you do see him, you can see that he has that firm conviction. So it was amazing, just like that slight association. I was, just boom, Tai Masika, let's do this. And I was so motivated by it. So that's a very powerful kind of law of nature that we can use in our advantage, is that get good association, get association of devotees with faith, and because by that we can also get that faith. And then in terms of this kind of like sometimes just wanting to ignore the fact that like be impulsive or cavity, root canal, and diabetes, insulin shot, whatever, I don't want to think about all that stuff, just go for it. It's interesting in the section of the Bhagavatam that talks about the hellish planet. There's actually a penalty for having a human form of life and not elevating oneself beyond the path Sudra, there's actually, sorry, you get penalized for that. So it's, yeah, one shouldn't, one has to become creative the qualities of a Brahmana in order to go further, in order to be a Vaishnava, one has to have the qualities of a Brahmana. And I so much like this statement of our what's this devotee visited from England? Bhagavatam, yeah. Bhagavatam. You know Bhagavatam? No, I'm just kidding, I know you. And he said this statement. We don't have to be in the mode of goodness to come to bhakti, but we have to be in the mode of goodness to stay in bhakti. So one has to obtain these kind of peacefulness, realization, self-control, knowledge, and realize knowledge. And so developing these qualities, they'll protect us from engaging in these sensory things. And one might think, well, I want to be happy, It seems, this idea of being sober, being grave, I hear like these qualities we're supposed to develop. I don't know if that's what I said for, grave, sober, devotee silent, like that. I don't know if I'm ready to, there's that. Anyways, develop these like stoic qualities. And you might think, I want to just be jolly and happy, carefree. I just want to be carefree and loose. Everyone wants to just, be able to just be relaxed and loose and like that. And now you're telling me I have to be sober and grave and self-controlled and silent and all this. But the thing is, actually, by cultivating these maybe like seemingly undesirable qualities, cultivating them, then actually get joy, right? Because by developing these qualities, then one will actually be self-controlled, will actually that just kind of like whatever, is that guy isn't very happy after he tries to engage in sense gratification and is disappointed. Then how happy is he? Hey, he's not happy at all. So like we know there's a happiness in the different modes. In mode of passion, things seem like happy, seems like they gain some happiness, but then in the end, just misery. Whereas, by developing these qualities, then actually we can develop true joy. So, it's again this statement by Prabhupada that there are these subtle laws. It's very, very important to kind of impetus. Use whatever we do, it will be it's a kind of, and of course the the main point for this is that our subtle body as servants of Krishna, then we can attain that high destination. So, okay, so I'll stop there. Some time left if anyone has to say.
I'll try.
It wasn't live.
So, interesting what you mentioned about the hellish planets. One thing I heard is that here on Earth, usually people are with synergies, but there is still a danger that they are still complacent and disastrous from. For example, if I was born with a missing limb or some kind of major disabilities, I'll still get used to it for a while, and I grow up and get used to it. But with the hellish plan, mainly because in Maya basically covers you, because you actually it's still comfortable. You still have all these other facilities, mother that love you, and they're taking care of all your needs. With the planets, there is no such covering. It's pure suffering. One thing Bhuta Bhavana told me, I don't know, some 30 years ago, is that whether you're practicing devotee or not, it's hardwired in you, especially when you come fresh from hellish planets, that not to lie. So you're someone that they just don't lie. It's just out of their natural integrity because they're fresh from a particular world, a dimension where they were. It's pretty interesting that comes out. But there is not such a thing as sensitized from hellish planets. That's the point. Yeah. So, and I had a question. I just wanted to finish up with a question, which is, Srila Prabhupada kind of thought, he wanted Varnashram system to spread. Yet that he sees everyone as devotees. We're all servants, regardless of caste, class, creed, and etc. We all do devotion service. We do address each other as Prabhu, right? Regardless of gender. Now, what's your views on that in terms of where does Varnashram system even come in if there's just devotional service and there's a Supreme Lord and there's service to him? So why is there a need for Varnashram system then?
Dasya-prema, Prabhu, you are muted again.
The response was that Lord Chaitanya is a Vaikuntha man, but we're not on that level. Also, if there was a separate conversation with Prabhupada there. Well, if everyone is devotees, then why are they falling down? So okay, that's great. If you are just fully fixed in devotional service, devotional consciousness all day, then that's great. But have mercy on the rest of us. So it's like fall back on, if we're not on the high, then at least we kind of like can fall back on a protected net. We won't kind of just fall down into like this. Kind of Yeah, yeah. Mother said that after some time, actually, yeah, he would have a better service to people more according to their nature. Obviously, farming and gardening. What he was saying.
Nice point, Prabhu. If you were to repeat that, I just want to make a quick point as well, that even the demigods, according to their natures, according to their mode, you use that particular mode to serve Krishna. Like you, the universe uses the mode of passion to create the service of Krishna. So using the modes, using the nature to serve Krishna.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, yeah, makes sense to me. More comfortable. Okay, anything from online? We have a few minutes here. Or in person. So,
Little bit of interaction, if you see someone on the screen, certain thoughts come in your head based on what they're doing.
actually, we're just pretty much made of our conditioning. Of course, there's some past life kind of things that we came with, but if we look at like, okay, yeah, I was born in California, then went to Northern California, and then it's like now who I am is just a product of all these different exposures that I have. So yeah, it's very powerful. Okay, so in here, Sive, you have anything? Thank you so much, devotees, for attending. Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
That's what Srimad. Shishi Radha Damodara ki jai. Jaya Radha Damodara Jaya Radha Damodara
So anyone wants to sing?
Hare